Good morning, good evening, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we're going to be playing the Char 25T, a experimental French light tank sitting at battle rating 8.0. An 8.0 might seem a bit high for a basically World War II tank to be facing late 60s MBTs. And yeah, I thought that too before I played it. But after one of my Discord members suggested it to me, I took it out for a spin and I was pleasantly surprised. So with the intro basically done here, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe and comment in the comments below what I should try out next. So here we are, first game in the Char 25T, a World War II basically, medium tank. It is classified as a light tank, but I would say it is a medium tank. Anyways, you sit at 8.0, which means in a full up tier, you can be facing 9.0 tanks. Just to give you a reminder of what that could be, you can be facing T62 M1s, XM803s, T55 AMDs and AM1s are pretty normal as well. Yeah, and you're in a World War II tank. Now in a full down tier you're of course going to be very powerful. You are still in a 90mm auto-loading tank that fires APHE. But I don't think it warrants a battle rating of 8.0. I would say probably move it down to 7.7, but again 8.0, yeah, maybe it is maybe too strong at 7.7, but it again 8.0 seems a bit excessive for a World War II tank, but it actually does work in this battle rating. It can struggle quite a bit in a full up tier, but you can still work around it. The APHE and autoloading combo is very strong. You just gotta be careful in how aggressively you play in a full up tier and try to get on the sides of every enemy, because if you do, yeah, you're gonna be killing everything pretty damn quickly. So if we go to the map here, Frozen Pass, that is exactly what I've done. I have gotten on the flanks of the enemies and we are going to start trying to look for targets on this hill up here. Now just shooting one shell in the engine so he won't be able to move, and then over pressuring him with high explosive. Now we are going to start looking for targets here, since we don't really want to go down, so we're gonna be facing them head on. But we are still looking, but we don't really find any targets. Most of the enemies have already died. So we are eventually just going to make the decision to go down towards the objective. But even if we go down towards the objective, we still want to be careful in how we approach it, since we don't want to be facing them directly head on. So I'm going to choose to go up on this hill, and from this hill I should have pretty good side shots and shots towards the enemy's rear. So we still want to take into account that we won't really be able to do anything frontally for most targets we face, at least in a up tier. We are going to mark the object number 6 for the Leopard 1, and then we're going to take care of this M48. With his barrel now gone, we are confident in just going up and shooting him right in the turret ring. And then we're going to turn our attention towards the multitude of enemies on objective A. And we're just going to make use of this autoloader and start picking them off one by one. Now with most of the targets in this area gone, we're going to move closer towards objective A, where we can find the last remaining enemies. Now here you actually see the fantastic reverse rate on this tank. You actually have a good transmission on this tank, so you can go 65 backwards as well as 65 forwards. And this allows you to be very flexible in how you position yourselves on the map, allowing you to get onto the sides of enemies instead of needing to face them head on. And with the 2 tanks done. We have basically cleared out objective A by ourselves. Now we're just going to be patient, sit here and wait for the enemies to come back. We don't want to be overly aggressive since we don't really have any teammate support here. After dying on that hill, and the enemies have now taken control over A and the entire area, we just go back the same way we started and start looking for targets from the hill again. With those 3 targets now gone, we go down towards the capture point since we want to stop the ticket beat for us to get enough time to drop the nuke. With 12 kills in total, we do take first place and are dropping the nuke, earning a total of 10,000 research points and 106,000 silver lions. So, second game, we are on the map Ardennes. We're going to flank left pretty hard, and from here we should be able to catch a lot of enemies coming from A to B. We're going to pull up and we're going to try to kill this M48. Unfortunately, the first shot goes a bit high and the second shot just knocks out his cannon barrel. We do need to be careful, however, since there are often enemies right in front of this area, but we don't see anything with our binoculars, so we're just going to pull up and kill the M48. And here we just gotta be patient, there will be more enemies coming, so we just gotta chill here. We are pretty fast, so we know that there are enemies, that still are going to come. So, being a bit patient, we catch a Gepard out as well. Again, continuing to look right in front of us since there often comes enemies right there. So we do need to be careful of the area as well. But with nothing more being shown, you're going to start advancing forward. We do need to be careful on the left, because if you look at the minimap, there are enemies towards the left. But we are going to quickly advance, get this ITP 390 out because he's gonna shred us. But at least get to some cover before we engage the guys on the left. Because we really don't want to be out in the open while engaging enemies, since it can become quite dangerous quite fast. However, this martyr, I'm not really sure what he was doing. I think he was expecting to penetrate us from the side with his 20 mil, but he died. So you can't really penetrate a Char 25 from the side with a 20 mil unless you're basically at point blank range, which he definitely is not. So we are going to continue moving forward. We're going to kill this M60 with a pretty easy shot straight to his side. Then we're going to move up the hill, start eliminating the enemies on this hill, and after that we are probably going to continue going, or at least flanking left, because we don't really want to be fighting things head on, since most of the targets, at least in the up tier, are going to be kind of hard for us to kill. But again, the autoloader is showing how effective and good the autoloader can be. We're just pumping out rounds and killing targets. But now if you look at the bottom left, you see that we have one round left in the autoloader's magazine. And when this has now gone empty, we won't be able to shoot until we get another round in that magazine. And this allows us, or gives us, a pretty good opportunity to relocate. As we were going to facing more and more enemies head on, I decided this would be a good moment to go further left to be able to get a better angle on the enemies coming up the hill. In these type of autoloaders, I should say that you do want to be mindful of how many rounds you have left in your autoloader, since you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you pull out in front of an enemy just to realize that, oh, I can't fire since you're empty. This shouldn't be an issue in most tanks, but if you stay alive long enough, this is going to become a bigger and bigger issue. You do need to be at least a bit aware of how many rounds you have left in your autoloader. But if you have reached 8-0 in France, this shouldn't be news to you. You should have already been used to how many rounds you have and how to keep track of that, since there are quite a lot of autoloaders in France. With 11 kills in total, we take first place, earning a total of 8,000 research points and 97,000 silver lines. With that, the video has come to an end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned, as there will be more content to come about War Thunder in the near future. Until next time, take care.